Ooh, I mean, how can I really complain? To me, it's a small sacrifice, and I've learned to deal with it, and I've learned a lot from it. It's taught me a lot about life. It's taught me about my priorities, and I think it's really screwed my head on a lot better than it was in the first place.
And one of these people who you've affected in your growing up process is certainly Amanda, who's calling us from Lubbock, Texas tonight. And Amanda, you now have the opportunity to ask Donnie Wahlberg your question.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I support the group 100%, and I wanted to know how did Maurice Starr find the group, and are there any guys? Is there anybody that didn't make the group, the current group?
Well, Maurice Starr found me and my little brother Mark first. Marky really wasn't into singing. He liked rapping and dancing and stuff like that. He wasn't really into singing, so he left. And from there, basically myself and a friend of mine named Mary Alford, who worked very closely with the group early on, we basically from there just got the rest of the kids. I went to school with John, Jordan, and Danny, so, it was no problem to get them. It took a little convincing to get Danny, but, I knew they were singers and stuff like that, and me and Danny danced a lot and did raps at parties and stuff together, so, I figured they'd be good to do it. That's pretty much how the group came together, and Joe came along a little bit later.
Thank you, Amanda, for calling. It was a good question about the beginning of the group, and Michelle's calling from Santa Rosa, California. Michelle, welcome to Rockline, and ask your question.
Hi, Donnie.
Hi.
How do you deal with being away from your family so long while you're on tour?
I make sure that I spend as much time as possible with them when I'm not on tour, and spoil them greatly. It's very difficult. I bring my family out a lot. My brother's here with me in New York today, Beeline. And, it's difficult, but, you learn to deal with it, and, you just stay in touch, and when you get home, just make sure, you spend time. It's actually, I would say, brought me a lot closer to my family, because, living in hotel rooms every night, and spending my nights with strange people that I don't even know in the room right next to me, you learn to appreciate stuff like, just walking around your own house in your underwear. You really learn to appreciate that. It's like the average person living at home right now is probably like, get me out of here. In fact, my little brother just went on a promotional tour for his record, and he was like, I can't wait to get out of the house. I just want to go away. I just want to go away. I'm tired of everything. And it's like, I told him, I was like, well, that's how I felt when I left. I said, but, 2 months later, I was begging to come back home. So it actually strengthened my family relationship a lot. It made me miss them a lot, made me appreciate them a lot, and made me, really want to be with them a lot.
You don't know what you've got until you lose it. Thank you very much for your call. We've got Jenny, who will be our last call tonight. Jenny is calling from Lakewood, Florida. Go ahead, Jenny.
Hi. Okay, I was just wondering, like, before you got your big break in show business and everything, what were your, plans when you were a young girl? Did you, young boy? Did you...
Whoa!
Young boy, thank you. Thank you.
Did you think, what were the things you wanted to be when you grew up, where do you see yourself being if you wouldn't have made it?
And Donnie, we need that in about 10 seconds or less, because our time is almost up.
Aside from, entertaining people or performing for people, I really had no ideas what I was going to do. I was just selling sneakers down in the Fields Corner Family Shoe Store and having a good time on the north side with my friends. That's about all I really had no aspirations. It's sad, but I didn't.
Well, the aspirations found you, and they brought you all the way to Rockline. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Martha, I think you should be a guest on Rockline next week. Let me interview you and let me host the show.
Hey, you've got it. You can come here, and if I'm not the guest next week with Donnie Wahlberg as the host, maybe we'll have DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. You know that you can call us. We'll see you next week. And once again, Donnie, thank you so much.